312 days. She had already been adopted from this shelter twice before, and both times she came back. Not because she did anything wrong, just because life happened and people changed their minds. By the third return, the staff had started calling her the boomerang cat. Visitors would glance at her file, see the word returned written 3 separate times, and walk straight past her cage without a second thought. Nobody wants a cat that keeps getting sent back. Nobody ever stopped long enough to ask why. 3 times she had packed her small blanket and her favorite mouse into a carrier, believing each time that she was finally going somewhere permanent. 3 times she had been wrong, until the afternoon one volunteer finally did. But to understand what changed on day 312, we need to go back to her very first day in this building. Domino arrived at the shelter as a 6-month-old kitten, surrendered by a family that was moving overseas and could not take her with them. A young couple adopted her within a week. For 3 months, things seemed fine. Then a new baby arrived. The apartment felt smaller, and Domino came back through the same doors she had left through. She was quieter the second time. A retired teacher named Mr. Holloway adopted her not long after, and for nearly a year she lived a calm, settled life on his porch. Then he passed away suddenly, and his family, already overwhelmed, surrendered her back to the shelter within the month. That was her second return. Each time, the shelter staff noted the same thing in her file: friendly, affectionate, no behavioral issues. Each time, that note made the whole situation feel even more unfair. She had not failed anyone. The circumstances around her kept changing instead. A volunteer named Carla had been there for both. She watched Domino arrive the third time, climb straight into the back corner of her kennel, and stop coming to the front of the cage at all. She stopped chirping at people who walked by. She stopped reaching her paw through the bars. "She's done trying," Carla told the others. "She's learned that trying doesn't change anything." Weeks passed, then months. Visitors who read her file out loud to each other rarely got past the word returned before moving on to a different kennel. By day 200, Domino had been at the shelter longer than any other animal in the building. By day 270, even Carla had started bracing herself for the transfer list. But what nobody else seemed to notice, Carla did. Domino never hid when Carla specifically came near. She only hid from strangers. So Carla decided to change the way people met her. Instead of letting visitors read the word returned 3 times on a clipboard, she started telling Domino's story out loud before anyone could judge it on paper. She explained that none of the 3 returns had anything to do with anything Domino had done: a move overseas, a new baby, a sudden death. None of that is her fault, Carla would say. She just kept ending up in the wrong story at the wrong time. She filmed a short video of Domino's daily routine: eating, stretching, watching birds from the windowsill, and posted it with the caption, "Returned 3 times, given up on 0 times, still here." In the video, Domino paused halfway through grooming herself and looked directly at the camera, almost like she understood exactly what was being said about her. Carla swore later that it was the most human expression she had ever seen on a cat's face. Most people scrolled past it. Carla kept posting anyway. Then, 3 weeks before day 312, the shelter announced a renovation closure. Long-term cats who had not been adopted by the deadline would be transferred to a partner facility 2 states away. Domino's name went on that list almost immediately. Carla refused to accept it quietly. She started bringing Domino to the front desk every single afternoon, just so people would have to look her in the eye instead of reading about her on paper. I see you still haven't subscribed.
That's honestly almost as sad as return number 3. Tap that button right now before you scroll past this one too. It genuinely helps more than you know. Little did Carla know, the next visitor through that door had been returned by life more than once herself. On day 312, a man in his 60s walked in alone. He told the front desk he was not sure he wanted a pet at all. He had just gone through a divorce, sold the house, and moved into a much smaller apartment. He was not looking to fill the silence, he said. He just wanted to see the cats. Carla, recognizing something familiar in the way he said it, asked if he would like to meet one in particular. He shrugged and said sure. Carla carried Domino out, and true to form, the cat immediately tried to press herself into the corner of Carla's arms. The man sat down quietly across from her instead of reaching out. He did not try to touch her. He just talked, almost to himself, about how strange it felt to start over completely at 63 years old. He talked about the house he had sold, about boxes still unpacked in his new apartment, about how quiet the evenings had become. Domino's ears flicked toward his voice the entire time, even though she did not move from her spot. Carla had seen hundreds of meetings happen in that small room. She had never seen a cat listen quite like this one was listening. At exactly 5:05 in the evening, Domino did something she had not done in over 300 days. She climbed down, walked across the small visiting room on her own, and pressed her head against his hand. What she did next made the entire front desk go completely silent. She climbed into his lap, turned in a slow circle, and lay down like she had done it 100 times before. The man went very still. "I know what it's like to come back somewhere you didn't expect to be," he said quietly, almost to her. "Maybe we're both due for a place that sticks." Carla had to step out of the room for a moment. When she came back in, he was already filling out the paperwork. Domino did not hide in her carrier on the way out. She sat upright in the passenger seat the entire drive, watching the world go by through the window. Within the first week, she had claimed the one sunny patch of carpet in his new apartment as her own. Within the first month, the man started telling people he hadn't laughed that much in over a year. A pink ribbon from her adoption day still hangs on his refrigerator, tied through a magnet because he said throwing it away felt wrong. He says she taught him that getting sent back somewhere does not mean you were the problem. Sometimes it just means the timing was wrong, 3 times in a row until it finally wasn't. He started leaving his bedroom door open at night because she liked to sleep curled against his feet. He says it's the first time in over a year that the apartment has actually felt like somewhere he lives, instead of somewhere he's just staying. Carla still visits sometimes, just to see how the sunny patch of carpet looks with a cat curled up in it. She says Domino stopped hiding in corners completely within the first 2 months. These days, she greets him at the door before his key even reaches the lock, ears up, tail high, every single time. From that point on, her file never mattered to anyone again. She was simply his cat. She was simply home. Maybe being returned 3 times was never about being unwanted. Maybe it was just the world taking its time to find the right ending. Do you think an animal can tell the difference between being unlucky and being unwanted, or does it feel exactly the same either way? Tell me what you think in the comments.